Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing? Well, it's a great day today again. Today I'm going to talk about law of happiness. The past week I was talking about initially first law of hardship, then law of hope, and tonight it's about law of happiness. So I've been connecting these laws with the seasons of seasons. So it was initially the law of hardship was the winter, the law of hope was the spring, and law of happiness is the summer. So let's talk about the law of happiness. The concept I'm trying to develop here is when we want to establish ourselves as entrepreneurs. Now, usually we start our career as an employee. We study and the school system, our parents, everybody in the society, we have been trained and programmed to believe that all the kids have to go to attain good grades and then do their degrees and end up in a 9-to-5 job. Well, that is a very rewarding thing because we learn most of the skills by being an employee. But the question here is, you have been an employee for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Are you going to retire as an employee? Are you going to be there forever as an employee? Sometimes what happens in, especially at this stage in where our country is, like in the Maldives, the political scenarios is, you might be somebody well-trained. Sorry, I got disconnected because of my mobile phone data was suddenly switched off. Okay, so we are talking about the entrepreneurship, transiting from employees into entrepreneurship. The question I asked was, you have been in the job as an employee, working as an employee for the last 10 years, 15 years. The question is, how long are you going to be there? Now, consider the political situation currently in the Maldives. Because of the political situation, you might be someone who is well trained. You might be an expert in your field. But how are you treated at this moment? For the last 5 years, 10 years, assess your situation. And then think about the decisions you have been making for the last 5 years, 10 years because of the challenges you are going through. The question is, are those challenges the challenges that you are going through a good enough reason for you to consider entrepreneurship? Would you consider? Why would you consider? I would urge all of my followers to think about entrepreneurship from a perspective where, of course, when you start at the beginning, it would be hard. You would have to go through several challenge after challenge. But then if you believe in that dream, if you believe in the purpose that you started, why you are doing what you are doing, and then you continue doing what you have been doing, slowly you will start seeing results. When I started my printing business back in 2013, I remember one of my friends, I mentioned that I'm about to start a printing business. And then the initial comment I received from one of my friends was, from a photocopy, you are going to get around 50 lari. Are you going to start that business? But well, when I did the analysis, I had a better picture. So I said, yes, maybe somebody who was already doing that, he might have received 50 lari from a photocopy. But I know and I believe that I could do it. And we started. Initially, it was just 200 rupiah per month that we were receiving. But when we stopped, we were able to generate around 60,000, 80,000 per month. And we still had something that, like, after deducting all the expenses, after deducting the salaries, I still had something that I can enjoy. So I believed in the thing that I started. Of course, I should highlight that we received a lot of support from my then husband's family, and because of that support, we were able to scale. But it was because I believed in that dream, because I kept on pushing myself doing that, I was able to continuously do it. So it was like law of hardship, receiving just 200 rupiah per month, and then the law of hope, where I was believing that because I kept on doing the work, I will be earning as well. And the law of happiness was me receiving that money, isn't it? So the purpose of me giving this example is to help you identify that whatever you start, if you believed in your core idea, and if you keep on pushing yourself to do, you will start seeing results. According to research, most of the people who start a business, they will fail at the end of, like, a lot of people, I don't remember the figures, but a lot of people will stop at the end of 1 year, and another group of people will fail at the end of 5 years, and people who can go beyond 5 years, these are the people who, like, step up the game, who make the difference. So you have to keep on asking yourself the question, do I have that energy? Do I want to allocate that time and resources for something? Like, well, you can be always, you have to be in the, if you are currently in the employee scenario, I would say, I would urge you to get started while you are doing your formal work, because that way it will help you start up something, that will help you do something and also transition smoothly. Now, remember, I told you that in 2018, at the end of 2018, while I was earning 20,000 rupiah per month, by then I had my first coaching certificate. I wanted to establish myself as a coach, trainer, and speaker. So I suddenly left my job, believing that I could do it. But during that time, I had a challenging situation to get started. Initially, the challenges were because coaching is something new in the Maldives. Then it was because I didn't know. I was earlier living in the island, and then I moved back. Sorry, it was somebody knocking on my door. So I was like working. I tried to transition. I tried to transition. And this transition happened really difficult, because for 1.5 years I was not able to get a job. And I had difficulty because of that. I failed. And then I again got a job. I was able to start this time, establish my business this time, and then transition. So we have to always think about these 3 laws, and there's another law that is coming, of course. So first, initially, it is the law of hardship, then it is the law of hope, and then comes law of happiness, where you start reaping the benefit. You start enjoying the journey. You start getting something out of your business. And I hope this message helps you think through entrepreneurship for the transition. I hope that you can transition smoothly. You can think about it. You can identify the points, the important things that you have to consider, and then do it as well. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.